Hello, hello. We're back with a little side session conversation. Toity's secret night conversations with the demon in his magic item. Um yeah, so we kind of just went through the notes from last time. So last conversation you had with this dude, he was just like, hey, me and my friends, we used to live in Chibalba, and like we just want to go back home, and you can help us with that, and I can help you with whatever you want. And Toity was like, okay, yeah, sounds good. So yep.
So that happened.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk to
Well,
Balam
this
about today?
is technically the one night where I failed at using the magic he gave me, given the last roll I made.
What was the last roll you made?
You had me roll an Arcana check because I want to essentially, because my current goal is to, one of my goals is to learn of the powers Balam will give me. And so you had me roll a check, and I think I rolled like a 7 or something, and it wasn't very good. It wasn't catastrophic though, but
right, you were rolling something. I'm trying to remember the specifics of that roll, because you were.
I wanted to see pretty much if I could use the powers he gave me, and I rolled to see if I could, and I didn't.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I want to say I rolled like a 7 or something.
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
Trying to find it in the.
Me too. I can't scroll
list here. Because I think wasn't that at the beginning of last session. I feel like it was pretty recently.
Oh, technically that would have happened at after the previous session we had, the previous mini session.
Right.
So I tried to use it then, and it's like,
yeah,
it didn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's only been one day.
Yeah, because you were kind of like testing the limits. You're like, okay, well, I know he gave me some sort of power, but it wasn't anything crazy. It seemed like you didn't find anything, and so you just have the Ioun Stone. You know what that does, but you've as of yet not really unlocked anything. So remind me then. Right now, you have changed some levels around, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What is your current level situation?
I am currently you can't even read it because of it. I need to double check one thing, which version I want to go with everything. But I am 6 levels of Bard, 1 level of Warlock, and 1 level of Shadow Sorcerer. And I need to double check if I need to check if I want to go Hexblade Warlock or Old Pact of the Old One Warlock, because I thought the Hexblade would be more useful. Now I'm not sure.
So my vote is definitely Old One. I think that would just be awesome.
I like it too, but the Hexblade's curse is actually kind of cool too.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It can make me crit on a 19, which if you're spitting out like 12 bolts at once, one of those is more likely to hit a crit.
Yeah, the only reason I think Old One makes more sense is because Toity has never really been the person who like stabs people or like shoots magic out or whatever. I guess shatter is true, but like I just think it would be, it seems even more sinister.
It does, and I agree with you on that. I just haven't. I have some time tonight to look into it more. I don't think it'll change anything. It'll change some of the traits I have, but it doesn't matter as much right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so we know that Toity has taken some different levels here, and so his bardness is starting to slip away. And I don't know if your bardness will slip away entirely, unless you want to go that direction.
I kind of do.
Then that's fine. But yeah, so sad. So Toity's magic mouth will just disappear. Yeah, the electricity sparkling around his tongue. No more of that. But yeah, so
there are still sorcerer and warlock spells with verbal components.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But the magic of your speech, will be replaced with some sort of demonic power. But yeah, cool. So there's a couple things that you definitely have available to you that you could unlock and figure out. So basically, your goal right now is to like have a conversation with Balam and be
Have
like,
a conversation with
hey,
them and test out some things.
yeah, what can I do? Okay.
Because I do have one thing I can do as a bard because this is a mental connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the night starts with me like looking around, because I'm assuming I've probably put up a tiny hut like usual.
Yeah.
So what I do is I start off by, this is actually part of the reason I wanted to take this spell. Part of the reason, it's not the only reason. And cast a thing of silence over us. And I can cast it as a ritual. Awesome. I don't even have to use the spell.
There you go.
So I'm just going to make some silence to make sure nobody can hear what's about to happen if something happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And after that, I'll just kind of make a mental connection with him, say,
yeah,
I don't mind talking with you right now, but I'd appreciate it if you don't start talking to me in the middle of the day. Just kind of like jokingly like.
Right, because he's like making comments and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he says, what? You can't handle it? Is it distracting to you?
It's a little distracting, but also I'm not sure my friends would be too happy to find out about you.
How could they, Toity? I have a mental connection to you and you only.
Yes, but when you're talking to me in the middle of the day, it's hard to ignore sometimes. They might think something. They already don't exactly trust me after whatever happened last time.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make a persuasion check just to see how well that comes off, just in terms of like whether or not he's just like, okay, yeah, that's totally fine.
Well, not horrible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, 12.
That was a 2, but
yeah.
it's a 12.
Gosh, you're insane. I
know. It's gonna be sad. I'm gonna have to talk to you later about how my stats are gonna move around with all this.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So I think he really doesn't say a whole lot. He's just kind of like, there's just like an affirming silence.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you wanted?
Well, about these powers you gave me, what exactly are they? Actually, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in my additional features and traits area, I'm going to just copy over what I have picked out so far.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Especially since it means I can't accidentally delete it on my computer.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think I want to play this a bit like we're gonna do with that we did with Darius and his like newfound ability. So you can make rolls and stuff to unlock new spells that you can do. But there may be a point, like if you get a crit or it's narratively appropriate, to just unlock all the rest of them in one big leap there. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think he says, the power is there if you have the will to bear it. This is not a thing that I can help you with, Toity. Your power of the mind must trying to think of the word.
That's fine. I need to grab a different pen anyway.
Your power of the mind must prevail in this instance. I have given you the abilities, the untapped potential, but you must draw them out yourself.
Okay.
And basically he's like, there's like a wall in your mind, and if you just break it, pound it several times, it will probably break. So
I'm gonna like look at everyone, like make sure like they're okay, like check my surroundings, make sure nothing's out there around there, because I know like I can't if I leave the cone of sight, I can like leave them in the silence, but I can't leave them without breaking the tiny hut. So
yeah, so you see that Raya is dead. No, I'm kidding. She's being choked by some unknown force.
I'd be confused how they got inside the tiny hut.
I know. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, no, everything seems fine.
Okay, so I'll step out of kind of drop the tiny hut and step out of it, and I'm just gonna pick up the Ion Stone and kind of just like focus on it, and like maybe focus on a tree or like a rock that's nearby. Like, do I see something nearby I could like try and hit?
I mean, you are in a you're probably in a swamp still, right? Yeah, you guys are still in a swamp, so yeah, there's plenty of.
I want to look for like a rock. Do I see like I want to see a rock though, because if it passes on a tree, something's gonna happen. And I'm going to.
I don't know what would even happen if I just told you, there's no rocks. Not in that within 500 feet of you. There's just no rocks.
I'm gonna try. Actually, since this is the kind of thing I'm kind of going towards anyway, I'm going to attempt to cast Eldritch Blast at a rock.
It's a good thing you have silence on.
Yes, exactly. This is why I put silence on.
There also might be just an exploded rock that they find in the morning, and I think
exploded rocks look like smaller rocks.
Well, so that's the thing. What I'm probably gonna do, and this will be great. I'll have everybody right at the beginning of the next session just make a perception test for seemingly no reason. If they all fail, like it will be like pretty high because hopefully it will be subtle. This will totally depend on how you roll and all that stuff. But,
yeah.
But if it's subtle enough, I'll have it high, and then none of them may just discover it, and then they'll just be like, all right, yep, no, you don't see anything, and then move on. Oh, so good. This is for you, Emily, Alyssa, and Jordan. When you watch this in the future, you'll know what that was about. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're just gonna try to like blast some magical energy at this rock.
Okay. So what do you want me to roll then? Arcana?
It really depends on how you're doing it. So you could just like bash your will against it, or you could like roll Arcana to try to like figure out what magical channel needs to be opened here.
Would the other way be persuasion?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, okay. I don't think there's a way, unlike Raya, that you can persuade this.
Because let's see, Arcana's a Insight's a 5. I think Insight would make sense.
Make an argument for me. I'm unclear as to
because like I'm trying to because Insight, like I know I'm thinking about how to do this, so it's like it's a wisdom thing. So I'm trying to think of how to like break down this wall.
Okay, yeah. So you want to just do some like psychology on yourself and like figure out like
there is no spoon.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Make the Ion Stone and like go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let's see what happens.
All right. Yeah. Roll an insight check. 11. So something definitely comes out. It's more like, so what you were trying to do is like pitch a fastball, but instead you kind of just like fumble with the ball and drop it, and so like a dark shroud of magic. And how are you picturing the Eldritch Blast eventually to look like?
Dark Shroud of Energy works for now.
Right, okay.
I haven't thought about it yet.
Yeah, so there's like this, dark shroud that kind of just like starts over your hand, and you're focusing, and like with the Ion Stone, you're just like, ugh, and then it just kind of like we hear in the soundtrack just like a sound effect, and then just like this energy just like plops out of your hand, and then just like fizzles onto the ground. And you hear clapping in your mind. Very nice, very nice.
Are you mocking me?
Would I do that?
I don't know. Everyone else seems to do it.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, I don't know what. I guess I'm guessing it's just gonna be at that. Like I probably would try it again, especially since I'm like leaving them out of the thing. So I'll go back kind of in the area of silence and start casting it over. Actually, how big is silence? Because tiny hut is verbal. The silence only lasts for 10 minutes anyway. So I'll sit back in the silence and wait for it to kind of dispel, because it doesn't look like it's can I dispel it?
I assume that you can dispel.
It's concentration, so I can dispel it.
Yeah.
Oh, could I have technically not cast Eldritch Blast at the same time?
No, it's just you can't. Eldritch Blast isn't a concentration spell. You just can't have two concentration spells going at the same time.
That's right. Okay. So I'm just gonna sit there, kind of break that, and start putting. up the tiny hut. And like as I'm doing that, I'm thinking to myself, like, how long is this supposed to take?
To like unlock this.
Yeah. How long do you imagine this might take?
He says, I think he kind of like thinks about it for a moment, and he says, "It really depends on you, Toity. I was honestly a little disappointed by that. I expected a bit more from you. You seemed promising at first. Maybe you do not have the ability to wield the power I've given you."
Well, that's gonna annoy him.
Such a shame.
Oh, wait, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Can I think at that point, wait, I have the power to do it. At that point, he's going to stop the casting of the tiny hut, and he's going to walk back. He's going to walk back up. He's going to spend a spell slot to put up silence this time, because he's not going to wait the 10 minutes. Like, he's like, no, right. You are not saying this. And I might try and get, I might tell a story to get some inspiration on this.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he is trying it again. He's like, no.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
honestly, I mean, Balam was hoping that this would fuel you to try it again. Yeah.
Because this is something Toity hears a lot. Not only seemingly from the party members he's around, but just saying, like, not thinking he can do anything like that, but also from his family. When he was a kid, we've obviously heard in the past of him being kind of harassed and harangued by his brothers. And it's something he heard a lot. It's like, oh, you're not good enough. You just can't do it. And so at just hearing this, Toity's like, screw you. I'm doing this. Is that enough for inspiration on another insight?
Yeah, sure.
Let's hope this isn't worse.
Yeah, good luck. So you're just gonna try. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah. I mean, so I think this is the thing that we've learned about the magic. It's fueled by anger. That's gonna make this so much fun.
Yes.
Because you're just gonna have to get real ticked off, and then just blast things and they'll blow up. So, would you like to describe to me how you just eviscerate this stone, just explode it into a million shards?
Probably. What's gonna happen? Just to. Oh, let's see. I don't want to say it. I want to say he just screams, but no. But that would be fun. To say he just screams like.
I mean, yeah, it's something you're in a silent spell, so you can do whatever you want. It won't.
But I also don't want to draw attention to myself. Like, I know, part of me is like, I know better than to scream in the middle of a forest.
I mean, but don't you have the silence spell on still? It won't matter. It will just.
It's silence in that 20-foot spell, in that 20-foot area.
I don't think that means that the sound carries out of it. I think that anything that happens in there is just.
Oh, but I'm stepping out of it because I'm pretty sure Eldritch Blast requires a verbal component.
What you're saying.
Let me double check.
There's a verbal component to silence, yeah.
No. Specifically Eldritch Blast, because you can't cast spells.
Ooh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
So I have to step out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah, I mean, you know.
So he's just gonna hold it out and just kind of get angry. Just let it out.
Yeah.
And probably I want to say like. Right, now, okay, this is what I'll say. I want to say it's this, but this sounds so stupid. He just holds it how he wants to and say that again. Dare you. And just blast it out.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, and so are you saying like this is like coming from the Ion Stone?
Well, because the thing he's in the Ion Stone from what I see. So I'm like looking in the Ion Stone saying, say that again. I dare you, and just shoots it out at the rock.
Okay, yeah, and so because of how the Ion Stone works, you wouldn't have to like shoot it out like from the stone, because that would honestly impair you more, because you have to have it orbiting around your head to like do the whole damage thing. But
okay, we're doing it so it still has to orbit around my head.
Yeah. I mean that's how the Ion Stone works.
Okay.
But basically what happens, I think probably, right, is if you're still channeling it, like the stone is obviously like glowing with his dark shroud, and then we just see like big ball of like Raven style, right, like from Teen Titans, just like big ball of dark energy appear in your hand, and you're just like shove a sphere out of it at this stone. And it
actually
definitely
technically a few spheres of it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember how many, but there's a couple. Given its Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. So it's just like explosions and stones everywhere. So that was definitely not subtle. So I'll definitely have everybody make a roll tomorrow to figure out.
Okay, so two beams
exploded.
Two Eldritch Blasts beams came out. Technically.
Just like exploded stone. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll go there. Happy?
I knew you had it in you. I have to say, Toity, I'm very impressed.
Toity's just still pissed. He's not talking back at the moment. He's going back and he's dropped the silence again, and now he's putting up he's waiting to make sure it's silent enough, so he puts up the tiny hut.
Yeah, and I think like probably the last bit of that conversation, Balam just says, I look forward to working with you, Toity, and seeing your potential unfold. Good luck. Yeah.
This is gonna be it.
So you've unlocked Eldritch Blast. Congratulations. Yay. That's luck.
The main one I want.
Yeah, good luck trying to use that without like immediately being jumped on by all of the party.
It's gonna
happen. That will go.
Well, I told you it almost happened last time. Because are the more passive abilities things that just are gonna happen no matter what?
Possibly.
Because this almost happened. Let me find it. It's near the bottom. Where is it? Strength of the Grave. Oops, and I just scrolled. Strength of the Grave is a shadow magic thing. Starting at first level, your existence is in a twilight state between life and death, makes you difficult to defeat. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you can make a charisma saving throw, DC 5 plus the damage taken. On a success, you instead drop to 1 hit point. You can't use this feature if you are reduced to 0 hit points by a radiant damage or a critical hit. After the saving throw succeeds, you can't use this feature again until you finish the long rest. Yeah. So that almost came up.
That would have been interesting. I think that will probably definitely, just as like a player thing for you, that will definitely kick in like automatically.
And then I have dark vision naturally now. Eyes of the Dark. I have dark vision with a range of 120 feet.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, you guys don't go in a whole lot of dungeons these days, but
still, it's a thing.
It just it'll be interesting to see if that comes up and people notice it. Cool.
Honestly,
I guess. Wait a second. I guess you already had dark vision because of the cloak, though, too.
Yes, so but now I don't. Now that's why I said I have it now naturally.
Right. Okay. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, part 2 of Toity's descent into darkness.
I'm gonna have some pretty good arguments for why. Like, I'm gonna be pretty. This is gonna. I'll say though, this will make me very useful if this ends up with them not hating the new Toity. I can do some pretty busted things with him. That's why I need to figure out. That's why I need to figure out if I want to go Hexblade or not. Because like just the Hexblade curse in and of itself makes the Eldritch machine gun so much more interesting. Critting on a 19. Boy. Critting on a 19 is pretty good. Special. Well, actually, I guess so. I guess I'd only be shooting 8. Maybe not as
only 8. You know.
Only 8. By the way, how does the Ion Stone work with the Eldritch Blast? Does it?
Well, so every. Oh yeah, I guess. No, it would be every single. It's like separate attack. Yeah, it would be an extra.
Because the Eldritch Blast shoots out 2. At my level, it just shoots out 2. Would it shoot out 3?
Do you have to roll a different attack roll for each of those rays, or does it?
Double check.
I think you do, because I think you can shoot it at different people, can't you?
Not anymore. I don't think actually. As soon as you.
Yeah, let's look this up.
As soon as you're able to twin it, I don't think you can target multiple people anymore. I'd have to double check. A beam of crackling energy streaks towards a creature within range. Make a spell attack against the target on a hit. The spell creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels. So yeah,
you can direct the
make
beams
a separate
at the same
attack.
Targeter. Yeah.
Make a separate attack roll for each beam.
Yeah,
there's a weird thing. Oh, you can direct.
Yeah, you can direct the beams at the same target or different ones. Yeah.
There's a weird thing about when you twin the spell, though. When you twin the spell, it makes it so you can't. I think I'd have to double check.
What do you mean by twin the spell?
The reason I'm sorcerer is because you could spend like a sorcery point or two to double the spell, so you can cast it twice essentially. Which is how the action surge works. Because what happens eventually is going to be you cast Eldritch Blast, you twin it with a sorcery point, so you cast it twice. Then you action surge and do it again. So you're essentially casting Eldritch Blast 4 times.
Yeah. Let's see.
So how would that work with the Ion Stone? Because that.
Oh no! So no, that doesn't even work. Eldritch Blast isn't eligible for twinning.
Wait,
to be eligible, a spell must be incapable of targeting more than one creature at the spell's current level. So it's impossible.
Okay, then I need to double check how it is, because this is a thing that people do. I think,
given this description, it's impossible.
I'll double check. I'll look up how the Eldritch Machine Gun works.
Yeah, maybe they just got that wrong. Because it says Magic Missile and Scorching Ray aren't eligible to be twinned.
I think
that's basically what Eldritch Blast is.
I'll check. It's not going to come up. Soon, so we'll see.
I need to look this up too.
I'll let you know. I know you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's it. You quicken it.
Quicken spell. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Quicken, so you can cast it twice.
Yeah. Okay. Right, because it's just because you can cast it twice because one of them is. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not exactly twinning it, but it's kind of twinning it.
Yeah, I mean it's a different way of double casting. Yeah. But then you can have.
But still, like, however that works with the Ion Stone is up to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's a different attack roll, then it will add a dice of damage for each of the different attack rolls. Yeah, so you will be doing a lot of damage.
That's 2d10 per damage roll. Holy frick!
That's a lot of damage. That's a
lot of damage.
Yeah, it really is.
That's a potential of 80 damage on average if everyone hits.
Oh man, I'm so excited because I'm like looking at the finale of this season and starting to plan for it, and there's a lot of things, a lot of thought, a lot of threads kind of like all flowing together, and I'm really excited to see them all come together in possibly disastrous ways.
Let me know if and how you want me to switch more levels.
Right, yeah. I think like maybe we'll probably just do it narratively. So like the first thing we'll do, right, is just like when you make that one big roll to like unlock all of it, then you will have the ability at that point to like start changing over levels more, and we can talk about that in terms of narrative. So,
yeah, that's what you said. If and when.
I imagine what will happen is you will likely unlock everything before the end of the season in some sort of climactic moment. And then if there is any sort of a time skip between this season and the next season, then it's possible you could switch over some more levels.
I'm just looking forward to the point where I get to say I can't use that spell. He won't let me.
I know you're excited to say that line.
I'm so excited.
Yep. I'm excited too. It'll be good.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, there you go. That is Terra Nullius, Toity's Descent into Darkness Part 2. Check out more Terra Nullius to see. So what's really fun about this is that like in actual Terra Nullius, Toity hasn't been doing a whole lot.
This is why.
But this is why, is because he's doing a lot of things outside the party's
well, because I was actually funny because I was talking with Felicity. She's like, I feel like Toity hasn't been doing a lot. I'm like, you have no idea. I've been intentionally trying not to get too involved in the story because Toy's probably got a lot going through his mind.
Yeah. And it honestly makes so much sense. And like, what's weird is like, well, not weird, but like what's happening is like my GM sense is going off, and I'm like, oh, I need to make Seth involved in what's happening. But we're like, oh no, but the reason is because there's other things going on here. Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind. It's good. It's so good.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's it. We're out.